Meeting to order on Monday, July 13th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ouch. All right, we have some additions to the agenda. We have under the consent calendar, additional bills for approval. Planning and zoning, the second reading and approval of the ordinance amending Chapter 30, which is regarding the grass height and blight ordinance. Under public safety, renewal of the joint powers agreement with Crow Wing County for the records management system. Is there a motion to approve the additions to the agenda?
I move to approve the additions to the agenda.
There's a motion to approve by Sandy. Is there a second?
Second that.
There's a second by Bob. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, those in favor of the additions to the agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Public forum. Action may or may not be taken on any issues raised. If council requires more information or time for consideration, the issues will be placed on the agenda of the next regular council meeting. Speakers must state their name and address at the discretion of the mayor. Each speaker is given a 3-minute time limit. Is there anybody for public forum? Robin.
Good evening. I'm Robin Sylvester. I'm at 12888 County Road 103. It's with heavy heart that I share that another young person, a 13-year-old, committed suicide from Forest View in Brainerd. In the last month, we've had 2 young people take their lives. And I know that we ourselves in Cross Lake have also experienced some tragedy in the last couple weeks. I want to thank our public safety folks for grinding through all these difficult times, the fires, the tragedies. And I just want to say a prayer for the families in the community that are hurting through these situations. Heavenly Father, bless the families, the communities, and all impacted by the tragic loss of life for these young people. Lord, I pray for your hand to be with our law enforcement, our public safety, as they enter these homes, enter these accidents, Lord. Grace them with the cleansing mind to be the comforter that they are for these people that are experiencing it. Bless this meeting tonight, and I thank you for this time. Through your son's name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Robin. Anybody else for public forum? Come on up, Tony. You'll be in queue there, Mr. Oster.
Is this where we speak up our, whatever we
Of course, whatever's on your mind. Go ahead, Tony. Thank you for being here.
I'm Tony Coffey, president of WAPOA. I live at 36109 Fox Grove Lane in Pequot Lakes. I'm here for 2 reasons tonight. One is to give you an update on what's going on in the Rush Channel. But first, I want to thank you for all the good things that you've done for us. You've placed the boulders there, you closed the access, you've moved the boulders, you store the silt fence barrier, you do all those things for us. And we couldn't do our work without you. So thank you to you and your staff for all the work that you do. It's important for us. I'm going to first just give you a quick recap of what went on in 25, because I haven't talked to you since 24.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. It just doesn't seem like it when I'm standing here. So in 2025, we put the original silt fence barrier the week before the opener. And then we had the first application of algicide early in July, and the results were very positive. The sediment core samples and bulbul counts were done by the DNR and in June and August to determine if algicide would affect the bulbul counts. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. The second algicide treatment was done in September. We found very little starry stonewort biomass going into the fall, so we'd really knocked it back significantly. We took the silt fence barrier out. As I mentioned, you stored it for us over the winter. And we did have a team, Kay Rozanka and Michael Duncan, have done tons of work at the site, but they did take core samples too, and did bulbul counts weekly over there. So that brings us to 26. We had 300 feet of new silt fence was purchased by WAPOA at a cost of about $8,000. But it has, the old barrier only had 4-foot curtains. This goes down a full 10 feet. So we were able to pretty much encircle the whole area and close it all. So we deployed that. Then the DNR did their sampling and bulbul counts in June. The results showed a decrease in bulbils from June of 2025 to June of 2026. Kay and Michael's sampling showed similar results. But 1 year does not a trend make, as we all know. Why is that important? The goal for our work in 25 and continuing in 26 is to reduce bulbul counts in the sediment. There is no chemical that will kill the bulbils, which are the seeds for starry stonewort. There's nothing that will kill them in the sediment. So the objective is to let the biomass grow enough so that we can knock it down, but before it sets bulbils, so knock it down. So it's let it grow, kill it. Let it grow, kill it. That's what we've been trying to do. The one thing different that we did this year is we contracted with the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe to come in and do what they call DASH. In 24, when I was here, I mentioned that we had done a hand pulling. The DASH is diver-assisted suction harvesting. So we were doing basically the same kind of thing, but the difference was their divers would take the hand pull, put it into a tube, it was sucked up onto the boat, shredded, put in bags, and then transferred to the trailer so that it could be then disposed of, thanks to the Wanabos. So that was what was done. They were hampered by the storm on the 29th, and then they also had some mechanical issues, and part of it is due to how mucky that bottom is. So when they would try to put it in, it would clog the machine, so they had to spend a lot of time cleaning it. So the full report on if the DASH worked is going to come out in a little bit here. PLM completed the first aquatic plant survey. I have good news. We have not found starry stonewort anywhere else in the chain. We've got 30 sites that we survey, and they did not find any algae or any other starry stonewort. Last Thursday, PLM applied the first round of chemicals. We use hydrothol, which knocks the plants down. Then we use Comine Descend, which is an algicide, and that actually is what kills the starry stonewort, the biomass anyway, not the bulbils. And then we'll repeat that process. We're going to be looking at the DASH process, evaluating it, looking at their report, and then determining whether we'll do a DASH treatment again, but we would likely do one more algicide treatment. We've had 2 grants. We'll get $2,500 from Crow Wing County because that's part of their AIS plan for the year. And we did receive a $20,000 grant from the DNR. That sounds good, but the problem is we're subject to the prevailing wage. So the problem is that we have to pay out $70 an hour approximately, so that reduces some of the value of the grant. But it won't pay for any hard things, any capital costs like the silt fence barrier. But we won't have any trouble going through 20 grand, trust me, on this. But thanks to the significant contributions from members and others, including a $10,000 donation from the Cross Lake Lions, we were able to purchase a remote-operated, underwater remote-operated vehicle, an ROV. So we've deployed that at the site. Looking at it, the video is wonderful. It gives us real clear look at what's going on at the site. And so between the divers and the video, we get a pretty good idea of what's happening. We'll also be able to use that at other sites if we suspect starry or other AIS. So we're really grateful to our members because their dues and donations is what helps us do this. We're very thankful for all your help with the process. And like I always say, we can do more together than alone. So, any questions?
Tony, number one, I'm so grateful that you've tackled this. I mean, and am I wrong in my assumption that this is unusual, that you've been able to, halt this growth of starry stonewort? I mean, it seems like most lakes, it's hard to stop the growth.
Well, and yes, we've been very successful at that, keeping it. We had a lot of outside help to make that happen, Sandy. But I think one of the biggest things is that we are the only lake association that has been able to contain an outbreak of starry stonewort in the state. And that's
Fantastic.
according to the DNR. So we're very pleased with that. We just keep crossing our fingers. That's why those aquatic plant surveys are so important.
Well, thank you.
Keep it up, Tony. We're more than happy to help when we can and lend a hand, so
All right.
thank you for
Thank
your
you, everybody.
partnership. Thank you.
Take care.
Mr. Oster, come on up.
Is it anywhere?
You got to, no, he said, nope, really. They've been doing a good job,
Amazing.
Amazing.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Doug Oster, 34792 East Shore Boulevard, Cross Lake. I moved up here 12 years ago and bought this gentleman's house over here. Lovely house, loved it. The first couple of years, I'm the last one who should be up here talking about safety, because I still like to go fast on everything. I used to go, I hate to say this, but I went 150 miles an hour every day to work to Crosby. Anyways, so I'm the last one that should talk about safety. But the first couple of years I was there, I noticed how many pedestrians there were walking up and down in front of my street. I went, holy cow. And they're not walking in single file. They're walking abreast.
Yeah.
You know, it was bizarre. And you know where I'm going with
I
this?
know where you're going.
Okay, so 10 years ago, I had a meeting with the county, because that's
Yeah.
not your road.
Correct.
But it is your city, and we want to keep Cross Lake safe.
Yeah.
We don't want to get a bad vibe for it.
Yeah,
Had a meeting with the county and the city and the chief of police in this building, and they decided that, okay, yeah, maybe there's a problem. And I told them of all the issues we were having, and so we'll do a study. So they did a study. It was in late October. There was no pedestrians there.
yeah.
You know? So at the end of the meeting, I said, so this is it. They did the test, and they came up with a guy who went 55 miles an hour in a passenger car and said, it's safe, it's no problem. I said, okay, would you go to the funeral of the first guy that gets killed and apologize to the family for not reducing that speed limit? And they said, oh my gosh, that's a terrible question to ask. You should never bring that up. Here we are. What
So
do
you
know?
do bring up a very valid point, Doug. Yes, that study was done a while ago, and sadly, you should never be reactionary to a problem. Sadly, this incident did occur over the 4th of July. There was some circumstances beyond anyone's control leading up to that incident. Yes, you are spot on. People cruise down that road.
Oh.
They go fast.
60 miles an hour, don't they, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've tried in other places in Cross Lake to do a speed study with the state of Minnesota as well as the county, and the DOT does not change the speed limit to what we would like as a city. They just don't. That is sadly a stated fact. We've seen it up on County Road 3 with the most recent speed study we did last fall. They didn't change the speed. Regarding safety of walking abreast on County Road 16 from Moonlight Bay to the wharf, that is a problem. But we are at a point now with the city that we are working on trails. We have a trail feasibility study and a trail feasibility plan. We met 2 weeks ago with a joint meeting with our Public Works Commission and our Parks Commission that will be leading the trails. And we're working diligently to try to get trails in Cross Lake where it makes sense right now to connect existing trails.
Like on 16 or?
16 has been identified as a potential spot for future connections of a trail or putting in trails. Is it in the long-term plan to get a trail on County Road 16? Yes, that's the dream. It's been identified. But at this time, it's not up front and center to where we want to connect other existing trails. Is it on the plan and a dream and a wish? Yes, it is. It's been identified by numerous people on that active GIS website. It is a plan. If we had unlimited money, we would definitely be putting in trails and a bunch of other stuff all day long to aid safety. While we are cognizant of the problem, we're working within our means right now, and we do recognize that safety on County Road 16 for pedestrians is an issue.
Can't we get them to come out during the summer rather than October, November?
I would love to. I would love to.
I'll go down and pick them up, and you know, day or night, it's
I know.
crazy. I mean,
I know.
1, 2 in the morning,
I know.
There's a lot of VRBOs, and it's bar to bar, there's a liquor
I
store in
agree.
between.
I
you know?
agree, and we've been, it's going to sound odd to say, but we've been very blessed and thankful that no other tragedies have happened on County Road 16 from people walking that late at night from bar to bar, given the amount of people that do it and given the traffic. We've really lucked out.
Well, I don't know if you remember with a guy, and they said this was not speedily related. They said he left Moonlight, went almost into the lake, came out, hit my mailbox, blasted that. When I was putting my mailbox back up, a car brushed my butt
Yeah.
going by as I was putting my new mailbox
It's
in.
a bad spot. It
a
really
bad
is a
spot, yeah.
bad spot.
And I'm not blaming Bob.
There you go.
No, it's just,
But it's been
Nature-
identified as a problem, and we are working diligently to try to
Okay.
aid in any safety way we can within our circumstances, within our means. So we will continue to weigh that on the forefront.
okay. What are the possibilities, like putting one of those speed signs up, or
So that's another deal. We've asked the county numerous times to put up speed signs.
flashing, what your speed is,
And they alternate them. I think he's talking about the flashing, he said the flashing speed radar.
We have
Yeah.
one coming, if you're eastbound
On
coming
the,
into town.
yes.
If you're coming eastbound into town, we have one.
Down a little north of
And
West
that's-
Shore.
That's a
I'd
permanent
say
one.
both
That's
ways,
the-
because they're going up that hill by Bob's old place, and they're trying to get going.
Well, it appears that they're going fast, but for
Yeah.
the most part, most people are going pretty close to the speed limit.
Because the speed limit's 55 there, right? It says 50, but the
50.
police said 50,
50 miles an hour.
55.
50.
50, okay. Well, that's why they put roundabouts up, is that instead of having a 50 mile an hour impact, you have a 15 mile an hour impact.
Yeah.
So speed does kill.
It does.
I'm the wrong guy to be talking about
You are
it.
right. You're right.
Okay,
But we're going to be cognizant, and that is on the forefront.
keep working on it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for the 250.
Thank you, Doug. It was fun. Thanks for the pictures. You did get some good ones. Cindy?
I just want to say thank you to this body for helping to support the fireworks display. It was amazing. I think there were more boats on the water that evening, Saturday night, than I've ever seen out there before. There was a little glitch in the show, and I've negotiated a 10% discount from the pyrotechnics for that situation. Their control panel went down, and when that happens, they have to, wait a few minutes, go back in, reset the whole board, and renew the show. But the boats waited. I mean, it was probably a 7 or 8 minute delay, but it worked out just fine. And I want to thank you, Jackson, for organizing the boat parade. It was all in all a very, very, very good weekend for the business community. The people were here. They stayed on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you tried to go out to eat Sunday night, but that wasn't possible. So all in all, it was a really great weekend for Cross Lake, and thank you for your help, TJ, too, to block out the Robert Street Landing and all the others involved in that whole weekend. But
Well, thank you for
your
working
support.
in partnership.
Yep.
So, thank you, Cindy. Last call for public forum. Seeing none, consent calendar. All items listed here are considered to be routine by the city council and will be acted on by one motion. There will be no separate discussion regarding these items unless a citizen or council member so requests. Is there a motion to pass the consent calendar?
So moved.
There's a motion by Jamie. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Robin. Any discussion? Those in favor of passing the consent calendar signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Community organizations, we move that around. Mayor and council member report. First up is a memo from myself. Council, I believe you had an opportunity to look this over, but I am just going to read it. Fellow council members, I would like to acknowledge the beauty and patriotism that the freedom flags brought to our community over the 4th of July week. I believe that this is an economic benefit to the community and that it will continue to draw guests to our city to share in our love for our country. I have never heard so many positive comments about an attraction that everyone was able to enjoy. The Freedom Flag Committee will continue fundraising so that beauty can last for many summers to come. Thank you to the many that purchased flags this year and helped sponsor this event. We could have not done it without you. The city and the committee also want to recognize our public works staff for their assistance and pride in helping with the installation. Thank you, Pat, and your team for offering numerous times. That really really helped us out, and we couldn't have done it without you either. I don't think we necessarily knew what we were getting ourselves into when we did it, but it all turned out nice. Moving forward, we have determined that assistance from Public Works will be needed for installing the flags, as with so many other community functions, such as putting up and taking down welcome banners, shamrocks, snowflakes, flowers on the bridges, street dance, run for the walleye, you name the events. Our Public Works Department is always there and ready to help. We would ask for minimal help when you are not busy in preparation of installing the freedom flags. Although we initially planned to have the flags up for 3 holidays, Memorial Day, Independence Day, and Labor Day, we are suggesting that flags be up, we are suggesting that the flags be up for one extended period of time from Flag Day, June 14th until July 4th. But there has been talk that we would like to see between Cindy and some other people. We understand that the amount of time, about 4 hours to just install the sleeves for the 2 weeks, but Labor Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend for sure, at least getting the roundabout piled in, and then some other spots throughout town, but not the full 500. So just because of that, I would like to see a council motion just for the proposed changes. They're not concrete, but they're just so we can use Public Works at the discretion of the director.
So do you want the motion just to say that?
Just that it's an official recognized city function, just how we offer everything else, all the other help to all the other organizations to make it possible.
When possible.
When possible. When we started doing it, we didn't realize how much work it was going to be until Pat kindly offered to jet in the sleeves for us, and
Right.
after that, we realized how slick that truly was.
Well, can I move to make a motion that we continue the freedom flags for whatever period of time that Public Works can assist us?
That's
with
fine.
The installation?
That's fine. So there's a motion, there's a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, for clarity, the Freedom Flag Committee is not a city committee, correct?
Nope.
Okay, just for clarity. And then I actually think it's important, because many of us purchase them for veterans, for
Yeah.
us to have the Memorial Day recognized. So if you would amend to, at least to make sure that we have our primary Memorial Day, and I'm fine with the 14th through the 4th, but
Maybe we
So
can
I
do-
believe
maybe-
I
maybe-
said the roundabout for Memorial Day, I believe I said roundabout for Labor Day, and the flags, the full 500 for Flag Day to 4th of July.
Well, I have a suggestion, because it's only 2 weeks prior. Could we do Memorial Day through 4th of July?
No, because they're going to be tattered.
And I wouldn't do all 500. Some of them, it looked beautiful, you guys, don't get me wrong. It was really close coming down. I mean, some of them were super close, so I don't know that you need 500.
I believe I said just 500 for the 2 weeks is, I believe.
Yep.
Did I say that? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, just the roundabout twice, 2 weekends, 2 weeks for 500.
Okay.
I mean, it really was a splash.
What he said, that's my motion.
Okay, so there's a motion, there's a second. We recognize,
Yep.
yes.
Can I make sure that, just like any other public committee, that this committee comes forth to the council just to refresh us on how the flag conditions are?
Yeah.
I think it'd just be great to remind whoever's sitting up here.
Sure,
This was
that's fine.
external committee requesting city services. Thanks.
That's fine. There's a motion, there's a second. Is all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Nicely done.
Regarding the freedom flags, I was talking with Tyler this morning, Glenn of Bladek, and I think these numbers are really going to shock a lot of you. Over the full week of 4th of July, Cross Lake saw 71,300 unique out-of-market visitors into our town, with a total of 167,800 total non-residents in that 1 week. Over the 4th of July weekend itself, we had over 35,000 people pass through Cross Lake just on those 2 days alone.
Yep.
That is insane. Insane. So everything we did, I think, is a good economic benefit for the community, for sure. And that was all the Placer AI study or survey that we have contracted through Bladek. All right. Resolution accepting donations. Resolution accepting donations from Karen Stoltz for $50 for the Parks and Rec Department, the PAL Foundation for $359.76 for the community garden, and John Bergman for $200 for the pickleball courts.
I'll make a motion to accept these donations.
There's a motion to accept the donations by Robin. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Sandy. Any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of the donations signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Shar, it sounds like you are resolution supporting the construction of the intersection at County Road 3, 103, and 36. Whereas the City of Cross Lake and Crow Wing County Highway Department have been in discussions related to the reconstruction of the intersection at County State Aid Highway 3, 36, and 103 within the City of Cross Lake. Whereas the county cost share policy and possible funding responsibilities have been discussed, the county has requested that the city provide input as to what special signs, decorative lighting, decorative vegetation, etc. they would like to have incorporated and be willing to fund. And whereas the county is at a point in the project that it is imperative that the city formally make known their decision so design, environmental clearances, and right-of-way acquisition can be in a timely manner. Therefore, it be resolved, the City of Cross Lake is prepared to have a county move forward with a design that changes the intersection at 3, 36, and 103, and that's preliminary layout for state aid project number 18603-029 be all things approved. Regarding this is just a beginning resolution. Pat, Phil, were you in that meeting in March, April that we had with Daria? Phil was in that meeting, I was in that meeting, Pat was in that meeting, Lori Conway, Administrator Conway was in that meeting. Were you? The clerk was not. Coming forward, we want to take what we have existing already in the roundabout at the Andes Corner in regards to the down lighting. We want the down lighting to match and the poles to match the roundabout. So that'll be in the preliminary layout that we're going to have to approve as a council. I think we talked about maybe a few different options in regarding to irrigation. We were going to have a bid be put out for irrigation to see how much a well and irrigation would cost us. And just to start, just isn't a concept that can change, we want to see what grass and irrigated grass, nice manicured grass would look like in that roundabout. So just as an FYI, that's what will be coming forward in the first proposed.
So by passing this resolution, we're not,
committed to anything. It just simply says
right, that we are.
it's starting the process.
Okay. Well, I'll move to approve the resolution.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second that.
There's a second. Is there any discussion?
Just further clarity on the design, we'll be bringing it back to this group to approve.
Correct.
'Cause
Correct.
we were having some discussion, and it would be nice to get different, if irrigation isn't an option, like a rock. There are so many beautiful roundabouts around the state.
Yep.
Because the one in town, as everybody knows, is kind of crippling forward. It'd be nice to have one that's not high maintenance and pretty simple and pretty.
Yep, fully agree.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve?
I already.
Sorry, there's a motion, there's a second. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, those in favor of the resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Shar, I think you're stepping in for part of the administrator's report.
I'll be doing the clerk
Okay,
parts, and then she asked Cheryl to step in and do
Okay.
her parts, so.
excuse me, sounds good.
All right, the first item here is data practices. This is just housekeeping stuff. I need to renew this every year with the state, so I just updated who the contact people are, the date of the document, updated our email addresses. Do you have any questions?
I do not. Does any council member have any questions about the data practices revisions?
Having gone through this extensively during the personnel meeting, I'm confident that everything's in order, so
Right.
I would move to approve this.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Robin. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of approving the changes signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you. The next item is a resolution for the appointment of election judges to serve at both the primary election and the general election in August and November.
Perfect. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve by Jamie. Is there a second for election judges?
I'll second.
There's a second by Sandy. Any further discussion? Those in favor of the resolution for the appointment of election judges signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
I just
Ayes have
I
it.
have one question. Do we already have people in place to?
We do.
Okay.
Yep.
Request to purchase cemetery lots.
Yes, I had a property owner request to purchase 28 cemetery lots. Our rules that were put in place in the year, I believe, 2001, say that one person can purchase up to 16 unless they get approval from the council, which he is asking approval from the council to do.
Do they have a big family? I mean,
It is a big family. It is a big
because you
family.
can't resell them, correct? You
Pardon?
can't resell them to other people, right?
No, they cannot. They can only resell them back to the city.
Are these in the original section or the new section to the north?
No, they're in the original, we have not started selling those
So there's
in the new section.
28, there's 28 next to each other in the?
Yes.
Okay.
We still have quite a few of
I don't have a
those.
problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it either.
I make a motion to approve the request to purchase 28 lots.
There's a
cemetery
motion to
lots.
approve 28 lots by Jamie. There's a second by Bob. Any further discussion? Those in favor of approving the 28 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Sold at 28.
All right, my last item is fees for transient merchants and food trucks.
So I see that they're here. It seems like we're kind of maybe a little out of range. I wouldn't mind seeing 50 for the week or 100 for the year, personally. I don't know where anyone else is at.
I think we should reduce it if our pricing is discouraging food trucks from participating. Then
Yeah.
I'd like to see more. I think it's,
We're 50 a day, and then we limit to 14 days per year.
how about 50 a week? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 50 a week or 100 a month, I think I said.
I-
Or 100 for the year, I'm sorry. 50 a week or 100 for the year.
I did talk to Chip, and he feels like a fire inspection actually would be valuable for,
Which Brainerd does require.
they're the only ones, but.
Yep.
I mean, I bow.
And that's only
I bow
for
to
a
his
food truck,
expertise,
right?
so.
So do you just want to mirror?
But that's for a year.
I was just going to say, do you want to mirror the $75 plus the $75 for inspection? Do you think that's adequate, Chip, for time?
But what if they only want it for 2 days? If they're coming in for 2 days? Okay, I'm just looking Brainerd, theirs is for a year.
50 a year plus the 75 for a year.
It doesn't say that the inspection is for a year, though.
Well, if they're paying 50 for a year, I would assume it would be for a year.
Every time they come back and get it.
So would we,
So why don't we work on the fee today and then?
yeah, I'm
add the
fine
ordinance
with
to-
the 75 for the inspection fee. Does anyone have any different ideas at 50 a week or 100 for the year?
So if they come back every weekend, you want them another 75?
No, just one
I
and
think we need
done.
to clarify that.
Wouldn't one and done be adequate?
Are you talking about the fee or the inspection?
The inspection fee
We're talking about the inspection fee, Bob?
for 75?
Yeah, every time they leave and come back, they have to get inspected.
Okay, so
you
that's,
want 75 every week?
That's up to you guys.
No, I don't think,
I don't think that's
if it's the
right.
same truck, I mean, you know. Oh,
What's your thought,
You have to
Chief?
write an ordinance. I mean, we have to have to
Yeah,
look
I
it
mean-
up.
I mean,
I have to
there's- I know.
research, I have to research it and find out.
I mean, I'm fine with the 75 right
See what
now
everybody
for the
else is doing.
inspection in general. That's fine. We'll figure out amount of time and details, but I guess I'm at 75 for the inspection, 50 for the week, or 100 for the year.
But we have to create an ordinance, right?
Can't do the,
Right.
can't have the inspection in right now. We're just
Right.
talking about the fee for
Yeah.
the truck, yeah.
Yep.
So
Where are you at, Jamie?
I'd say $50 a week. I'm okay with that, or 100 a year either way, because they only get 14 days right now. So if we're gonna, just to close this loop, let's just
Yep.
talk about the fee, what we're gonna charge them for their fee.
Shara, do you remember off the top of your head if any of those other cities have like a 14-day period?
I put it on here if they did. Nevis
Goodhue does, Nevis does.
had 21 days.
Oh, or 3, or, I see.
I like Nevis's. I mean, at least for a 250 for a year or for a season.
Yeah, that sounds,
I mean,
And they
we were
come
doing,
and
we
go
were
as
doing
many times as
$50 a
they'd
day.
like.
I mean,
And they come and go as many times as they'd like. I guess that's where I automatically was at the 50 a week or $100 for the year, come and go as you please. You know,
100 for a year sounds awfully.
cheap.
Well, I've only seen one,
I've only seen one too.
So maybe-
One as well.
maybe
One where,
the one that used to be at Riverside Tavern. That would show up there.
yeah, and I guess Marine Max has had one.
Didn't Town Square have one? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought. And that-
Squirrely
I
Mama
think
had
that-
one.
Yeah, right, there's been quite,
And there's been a lot of people asking to come here.
so I don't think we,
50 or $100 isn't gonna make or
Pardon?
break.
no.
Yes, but that's a different type.
I don't think we limit it to
14 days.
14 days.
I agree.
I go $50 a week or $250 for the year. Calendar year.
But if we change the days, it's.
50 a
that's an
year,
ordinance change.
100 for 3 days, 100 for 3 days, or 250, 50 a year, 75 a year. I'm fine at 100 for the year, personally. I mean, Nevis is the only one that's $250 for a year. I'm fine landing in the middle myself.
Pine River's 150 a year.
You might want to be cautious with not putting a cutoff. I think Crosby dealt with this, these food trucks, if you don't have a limit. Business owners were frustrated because these trailers don't pay property taxes on the trailer, and they're taking business away from other businesses in that same area.
But the only place these trailers can park are on business property.
So the business has to give permission.
Yes.
Cindy, you're part of the chamber. Why don't you come on up for just a quick second and give us a little 2-minute spiel, please?
Jackson, real quick, Brainerd
Chief.
inspects once a year and then they get a sticker.
Okay.
I just want to say that TJ's right. There are 12 to 15 restaurants in this town that pay brick and mortar property taxes and employ all the employees. And if you don't limit it to days that they can operate here in Cross Lake, they will literally park.
Don't. Is Shar right, though, that they have to
Events?
be sponsored by a business?
Well, they do, I mean, there's no private property for public property, for a food truck
Right.
just can't park on the street.
Right.
So they have to have business permission to do so. But now, now you're inviting a food truck to park in
Right.
front of Common Goods where you have
Yeah.
Andy's and Pine Peaks and Town Square, and, I mean, they could literally park there every day. Yeah, I know. It's a really tricky issue.
Saturday, Sunday.
She's there every
Well,
weekend,
so you
every
have
day.
14 days. So I would stick with the
But I mean,
14-day operating
they're-
season.
That's their business in there. That's a
That's part,
property paying.
Well, every property, I mean, Edina Realty pays
Right.
taxes too. I mean, I'm just saying, I think you should limit the amount of days the food trucks can be here, or this town will be full of food trucks.
Well, Cindy,
Every
you have the
weekend.
pulse of the businesses, and I
Yeah.
respect your opinion regarding this, so I think it's.
And, you know, the events you're talking about, Oktoberfest, all those events, they're events. Those are festivals. I think, you know, having 14 days covers all the festivals. It just disallows people from parking a truck here every day, you know.
So right now, our ordinance is 14 days per year. I say we put
And
this,
that does not include the festivals.
It could.
The one at Riverside's more than 14 days a year, though.
I know.
So this is what okay, so there's 30 days, 30 days between Saturday and Sunday from Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend. There's 15 weekends between those days, so that would be 30 days. I'm fine doing 30 days. Or 25, or somewhere near,
You're
because
thinking just Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays and I'm just thinking when most food trucks would be in town, is probably a Saturday or a Sunday, like the one at Riverside.
That's also when businesses do most of their, they have most of their customers as well.
Mm-hmm.
How about we split the difference 20 days? Limit it to 20 days.
But this would, just so we're clear, the day thing would require an ordinance change, which wouldn't happen until the 1st of August meeting, and then it would be 30 days after that and 30 days after that. So why don't we table the day thing until we can have this more formal discussion on that? Today's discussion is, do we change it from $50 a day to $50 a week, $100 a year, or?
Yeah,
Well, I definitely think we should increase the cost.
I think we all agree on that.
Yep.
Well, I think
But then the days fall into setting the price.
Cross Lake's a big area. They're gonna make money.
Everyone's gonna make
Take-
money.
But they're gonna take business from somebody else that would have gotten the business.
Yeah.
$50 is too much a day.
Capitalism.
so we're charging, if they were here for 14 days, they'd pay $700.
And that goes to the city, right?
Yeah.
Char, how many do you suppose you do a year? 5?
In the last 5 years, I've probably done 1 or 2 because nobody has wanted to come here. This year, I've had people wanting to come, and they have chosen not to because of the
The
cost.
cost.
So let's ask this question. If the businesses said, wait a minute, you guys are charging too much, other than the food trucks saying we charge too much. If the businesses aren't complaining, then,
What businesses?
right, I mean, well, where these food trucks are going. Wherever these,
None of those the businesses that they have asked these trucks to come, that is usually how they get
Right.
here.
That's because their kitchen,
The businesses have asked them to
Right.
come.
Or even just like businesses like, as an example. But Marine Max, their employee appreciation, community appreciation, or whatever. If they wanted to bring a food truck in and provide food to the people coming to their event.
right, and the food truck says, no, we're not paying $700, and Remax doesn't call us and say, well, you're charging too much, my truck won't come in.
Right.
I haven't heard that. That
haven't-
doesn't sound like what you're
right.
hearing. You're hearing it from the food
They
trucks.
didn't know
directly.
that they needed a permit.
Oh, well,
That's why we didn't hear from them.
Jackson, I like the $50 a week.
I like the $50 a week.
$50 a week, I think we all can agree on. Is there consensus on $50 a week? Bob?
That's fine.
Robin?
That's fine.
Okay, so that one's nailed down. So we got $50 a week.
But I
Do
think,
we want to give an option of, go ahead,
I
Bob.
was just gonna say Breezy has 2 days. So, I mean, are we thinking about just doing this on Saturdays and Sundays?
I think that's only 2 days out of the year.
But it's not limited to 2 days.
Okay,
It's
okay.
25.
25 for 2 days. I like $50 a day right now.
you mean,
That's where I'm at, I
you mean a
think.
week?
What? Sorry, a week, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
How about a
That-
year? Do you want to do a yearly?
That's fine, but I'm just trying to clarify if we're
Oh,
just
they
doing this
won't,
Saturday
but-
and Sunday, if we're letting them come for 7 days.
$50 for 2 days?
What do you think, Chip?
If we change the fee at this meeting, will it be effect tomorrow? Or does it have to go through a whole ordinance change process?
It's not an ordinance change,
This is just a regular thing?
Fee
Okay,
schedule?
yes.
okay.
Maybe we do more of an ultimatum, like $50 a year, or, sorry.
How about $25 a day instead of $50 a day?
Okay, but yeah, yes, you were getting at where I was getting at. $25 a day is good. That's a good idea. Do we want to come up with not an ultimatum, but another option of if you decide to do a week? Or do we just want to stick at $25 a day right now?
Because odds are they won't stay a week anyway, so.
Okay, I'm fine with just $25 a day right now. That's a good idea, Sandy and Chip and Jamie.
So I make a motion that we reduce our $50 per day fee to $25 per day.
I'll second that.
There's a motion, there's a second, from 50 to 25 a day. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. $25 a day.
Are we
Now,
doing an annual thing?
are we
too?
gonna do an annual thing, or are we gonna wait for that once we figure out what we wanna do for days?
Let's wait and see what kind of response we get. You know, I mean,
Char, just, I know we've talked about it, just say it one more time. Is there a limit right now on how often they can be in town, for the 14 days per year?
Just the 14 days.
Okay.
And
We're
up
hap-
until now, that has not included the celebrations. Because
Okay.
Cindy handles food trucks and that,
Under her, yes.
under her.
Right.
They don't come to me on those days.
And I'd say we're halfway through the year. Let's leave the 14 and readdress it next year.
Okay,
let's, see what happens this summer.
That's fine. We'll work on it over the winter.
okay.
That's fine.
Thank
How
you.
about the fire inspection?
The fire inspection, I think that's gonna have to be
Annual fire inspection?
an ordinance change. But yeah, I'm fine with the inspection for once for a year.
Are you directing me to write an ordinance for inspecting?
Yes, please.
Could you please?
Bring it to the Public Safety Commission? Okay.
We'll wait to see that. Thank you. Second reading, approval of ordinance amending chapter 2 concerning boards and commissions. City council does ordain as follows. Section 2-152, general provisions is amended as follows with deleted language struck out, new language underlined. All board and commission members are expected to maintain a respectful public service environment and to be mindful of their roles and responsibilities. Board and commission members shall conduct themselves in a manner as to reflect most favorably on the city, conduct unbecoming, or a board or commission member shall include any conduct that tends to bring the city into disrepute or reflects discredit on the persons as a board or commission member of the city, or that which tends to impair the function of a board or commission member. Board or commission members who are found to engage in inappropriate conduct while acting in their official capacity as a board or commission member or otherwise act in a manner that brings the city into disrepute or discredits the member are subjected to discipline. Discipline may include a verbal or written reprimand or suspension or termination from his or her position on the board or commission. Notwithstanding the above, board and commission members serve at the pleasure of the council and may be removed from their position at any time, with or without cause, by a majority vote of the city council. Effective date, this ordinance amended shall be in full force and effect from after passage of publication according to state law. Is there a motion? Is there a second to approve this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
There's a second by Bob. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, those in favor of this amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Memo dated July 8th from Administrator Conway, Personnel. Go ahead, Cheryl. Sorry.
I don't know if she reads all this or not. I didn't plan on this.
The Minnesota paid leave law, the city will follow the Minnesota statute 268B, the MN paid family leave law. This is like 3 pages.
Mayor, is this just standard language?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is standard language Lori was given.
I mean, it's in our, it's on the agenda. People can read it if they want to.
Right, it simply just goes over the eligibility determinations from Minnesota paid leave. Benefits are made by the state of Minnesota, blah, blah, blah. Work at least 50% of the time in Minnesota. You know, the whole works.
State statute,
It's state
so it's-
stuff,
yeah.
You're okay?
so.
Okay,
Isn't this the second? Or what are we? This is the second reading and approval?
This isn't an ordinance change.
No, this isn't an ordinance change.
Just a
Personnel.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Robin.
I just can't remember if this isn't an ordinance change, this is just normal language. So go ahead. There's a motion by Robin to approve. Is there a second?
I second.
There's a second by Sandy. Any further discussion? Those in favor of adopting the new language should signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Mr. Pat, Public Works, Sewer, Cemetery. Bolton and Mink pay request number 5, final for Harbor Lane improvements.
That was me and Phil both looked it over, we approve it. For a check for $12,599.10.
Does anybody have any questions for Pat or Phil?
None for me.
Seeing no questions, is there a motion to approve the final pay request?
I'll make the motion.
There's a motion by Robin, there's a second by Jamie. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor of paying the final pay request signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Memo dated July 1st, Public Works Commission, Grand Champion Meet Sidewalk.
They had submitted a bill for 2,000, hoping that we'd help pay for some of that.
What was
They-
go ahead, I'm sorry.
The concrete that got removed was part of our right-of-way, and he didn't like that regular concrete, he wanted the exposed aggregate.
So that was part of our right-of-way?
It's our right-of-way, he took out the concrete we put in, he put exposed aggregate in.
Phil, what are your thoughts on that?
But that wasn't known whose sidewalk
I
it
was gonna
was
say-
until now, correct?
At the time, I don't think he knew, but, he just
Yeah.
wanted his exposed aggregate put back in, so.
Right.
Was he required to put a sidewalk in when he redid his, whatever he did to put, because you're talking about that little 8-foot section, right?
There's two little chunks that he put in.
Was he required to do that when he redid his porch, or did he just?
No, he took out what we put in because he thought it was ugly and wanted the exposed aggregate to match everything else.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think, and I'm having a blank, and I just walked on there the other day. Is this exposed aggregate sidewalk on the road side?
Yeah, on the north
On
side.
Swan? Jeez, and I didn't even notice.
So those two sections that come off our sidewalk to his building,
Oh,
or is it the one,
okay.
his door?
There's one, the main one, and then there's one side, on the side there a little bit, so yeah.
What did we talk about last time? Did we say we were gonna table this and wait until we found an answer of some sort?
You asked it to go back to
Public
Public
Works.
Works.
So what, and you guys,
So that's when we researched and found out that it was our right-of-way.
Yep,
No,
yep. County said it was our right of way.
so there was a motion by Tim Bird, seconded by Dave Schraub, to recommend the city council that based on the fact that the concrete in question was in the right-of-way, the city is not responsible for the replacement with the exposed aggregate, and motion carried with all ayes. This is a tough one. Yeah, I feel bad that this whole thing was in question, but sadly, no one was asked first.
there was no communication prior to the removal or the install. So both parties, right?
I'm fine cutting a line at you said it costed 2,000?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we pay $1,000.
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to pay $1,000 since both parties there was a lack of communication. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, I think he has not replaced it again, correct? Or he did?
No,
replace
it's
it?
already replaced, it's all done.
He put in,
The
no, he
exposed
did not.
aggregate he put in.
See, I just don't remember seeing it when I walked the sidewalk the other day.
It's something you gotta pay attention to, you won't, it's just something he wanted.
So it was his choice to put in. Before he put it in, he should have come to council.
Porch, it looks good.
Well, it got started early enough, it just that it took this long to get to this point, so, he's
He did
done
come
his
to us and
communication.
asked, and we tabled it.
Yeah.
So we tabled it and didn't act maybe quick enough or got an answer quick enough or
Well, it went
whatever.
from you
It's
guys
government.
back to the
Right,
Public
it's
Works and
government,
back, so, yeah.
right,
So-
right. There's a motion, there's a second, is there any discussion?
Okay, I did my driveway and I did like an extra $1,000 on my driveway of city street. Should I come and get reimbursed? I'm just throwing out there from
Bring your
No,
driveway to
I
the
don't want
city
you to.
road?
I'm trying to explain that it was my personal choice to add the pavement all the way on Perkins Road that is city road. That road is not mine. I chose to, for beautification, to get to my driveway. He chose to put,
Cut out not that it matters, you cut out Perkins Road to put in more asphalt?
the city road actually goes, $1,000 of our improved driveway is city road because it's on the right-of-way of city. To get to my driveway, I had to put pavement to my driveway with city portion.
That happens
I'm-
all the time.
Here,
on-
no,
Hey,
here
don't
nor
we
there.
make
I'm just trying to
everybody
make the
as-
statement that
Every
I had a
driveway
choice.
goes across city
Yes.
easement,
Right.
so,
We had a choice,
Right.
though.
yeah.
He could have waited. I'm just fighting for the taxpayer.
There's a motion, there's a second.
Can I clarify?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we,
So
yeah.
he had exposed aggregate concrete.
And it got ripped out.
And then the city did the roundabout project and part of Swan, and the county put back concrete.
Right.
And then he pulled it out again and put back exposed
Yes.
aggregate.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but
So
he-
what the city
There's-
would do on a project is if someone had a blacktop driveway, we usually run into the driveway, we put back a blacktop driveway. If they have a concrete driveway, we put back a concrete driveway. If somebody had a paver driveway, I would stand up there and fight like crazy to not put back a paver driveway in the city's right of way, because that's just above and beyond. The next thing will be a stamped concrete. Then it's, so
did he
it's
not,
too bad there wasn't communication back at that point, but it's in the right of way, it's concrete.
did he not realize that it was a city right away when he redid it?
He just wanted his concrete the way he wanted it.
Okay.
And so that's why he pulled it out and put in what he wanted in there.
Split the difference. Yeah, I made my side.
I'm fine 50% because the communication was poor. So
I'd go with that.
I'm fine with that at 50%. I mean, going forward, I guess we're just gonna have to make sure that we're on the ball, and if people want to take their own cost to put something back that we already put going forward, there is none, or that is not a fair shake, or no more after this, but it seems like this was just a complete lack of communication. I'm still at my motion with the second by Jamie at splitting the difference at 50% at $1,000. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no, or say no.
No.
Okay, 3-1, motion passes.
So weren't you
3-2, 3-2.
I just am apprehensive about creating a precedent that then other people.
That's just why I made sure I said going forward that no more will be
Okay.
done.
And just so folks know, it's not about any person. I'm just trying to allude that it's city property versus personal.
Planning and zoning, first reading of ordinance amending chapter 26 concerning auxiliary quarters, portable temporary storage structures, and existing non-conforming structures. Jody?
Yes, all right, so pretty excited to get some ordinance changes done. So our first page, we just took out the auxiliary cottage and quarters and put it next to the accessory structure one, so that's why we moved that. And then, so a permit shall be required, so this was really confusing, the language on allowing one structure, like a garden shed. You can get one without a permit, so now we have, kind of just did some clarification for this part. The one that we have right now, the current ordinance is you can have two sheds up to 160 square feet, but if you have a accessory structure already, you don't get that. So it was really hard to explain, so we just did one. And then no accessory structure shall be used for human habitation, cannot have running water, and except for the auxiliary quarter or auxiliary cottage. So, and that she changed the wording there. So, so here's one. Accessory structures with a footprint greater than 1,200 square feet shall require a conditional use permit. When approved of a variance is required, a conditional use permit shall not be required. Conditions necessary to mitigate impacts or ensure compliance with applicable standards may be imposed as part of the variance approval. So before you would get a variance to build bigger than 1,200, then you'd have to go through the conditional use permit as well. And so you'd have to pay double fees and go through the exact same process twice. So now we're kind of being more efficient there. The auxiliary quarter and cottage one.
Yeah.
So the big change for this is we're allowing it in all districts with a 900 square foot livable space in addition to a primary use. So you have to have a primary use. It's not like you can't put a little cottage up on a commercial property. So
Does it say anywhere specifically? I breezed through it. I didn't see anywhere where it says all districts. All it says is R2 or R5 district.
So look at number 4 under the auxiliary quarters. It says
the blueprint.
the livable space, and then in all other districts.
Thank you.
And then we also have it on number 3.
I just wanted to make sure 3 and 4 didn't contradict.
Nope. Yeah, that's where this page, the page 3 will get updated.
Right, the table.
Yep.
Good job, Jody. This is good. This is very good.
I will add that the Planning and Zoning Board of Adjustments did a hefty amount of work on this. They went through every discussion point and every sort of possible scenario that we could come up with, they could come up with to come up with all these ordinances. So they did their very good work and a lot of due diligence on getting
I'm
this.
very thankful that they brought this forward in a timely manner, and those dedicated commission members who are working in subgroups and bringing it back to the full commission is very, very much appreciated.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jody.
Well, the land use table, so we had to change this too, Jackson. You can see auxiliary cottage. It's just in the residential, but auxiliary quarters is also in all the other districts.
Yep.
So that, and then also solar, for some reason, we didn't have it in downtown commercial, and with the Green Step program that we do and stuff,
Yeah.
we want to have solar everywhere, so. And then another one would be portable and temporary structures, so like pods, we want people to bring their pods in, load it up, and then store it. Otherwise, you're up all summer and you're looking at somebody's pod all summer, so.
That's fair. I'm not wanting to fight that fight anymore, so.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
That's what they came up with, so, yep. And then, this one may not seem important, but the non-conforming structure one, it says changes to wall height and roof line changes that do not increase the floor area of the living space are not considered an expansion. So my first week, I had a lawyer, I had to fight it out with somebody because of that sentence, where somebody built a really tall, so if you are under your non-conforming, you could build up a lot taller and you wouldn't be so we had to take that out.
Okay.
So, any
You
questions?
are the planning and zoning director. I will take you for your word.
Okay, and then that was the first reading.
That was
so,
the first
yep.
reading. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns from council on that? Good. Go ahead, move forward.
Okay, no changes to the weeds and grass ordinance, so I'm not gonna read it verbatim.
That's okay.
But, there were some questions about how we were gonna enforce it, so we came up with a policy on the back of that, so you can read that over.
I love it. I know we did get an email, or I got forwarded an email just from someone concerned of, how strict are you going to take this and X, Y, and Z, which is very understandable. I understand that. And this person even noted that he's not worried about the current administration up here abusing this. But just going forward, I think simply if someone is in question of what they can and can't do in regards to nice flowers in a weed garden, in a pollinator garden, whatever, I think that is honestly just a simple, hey, Jody, can I do this? Versus having to have everything spelled out verbatim.
And we also have an appeals process.
Exactly.
Then it would come in front of you guys and we can do
Exactly.
pictures and all that stuff and say.
This is very, very normal compared to how strict some cities actually are. This is very 10,000-foot view versus 1,000-foot. So I think this is very fair.
Okay, so we need to vote.
Is there any further discussion from council?
For me, Robin?
Just if we could keep track of the cost to the city
Yep, so
of
that's.
maintenance, because I mean, they're already thin. I mean,
Yeah, totally.
right?
Yeah.
So
So
let's,
under our policy, it says that we can hire a contractor and
perfect.
And I think
get
we
all
would,
reimbursed for everything.
I
so.
think we would hire a contractor first versus putting our public works department doing that job. I think.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. This is great. I'm all for it. All right. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution? Or the ordinance change?
The first reading?
I thought this is the second reading.
Oh, I thought it was.
The
Yep,
second
it's the
reading
second,
of
Oh,
chapter
sorry.
30, yeah.
Yeah. I'll move to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll make a second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Discussion, commission member, chair, planning and zoning chair, please come forward.
David Foos, 11820 Harbor Lane, Chair of Planning and Zoning. Jody, the thing that we did about non-conforming structures, storage structures, saying that if you have one of those railroad car storage things on your property right now.
Hey, David, can I pause you for
Yes,
1 second?
please do.
Because that's a total different.
Oh,
and
that
this
is.
is just a separate, we've already moved from that, but I just want to get this motion done, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
we'll come back to you.
Okay.
So there's a motion, there's a second to adopt this chapter 30 concerning grass and height nuisances. As all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Go ahead, David, I'm sorry.
So this was in the first thing that you
Yes.
talked about.
Yeah, that was just the first reading.
But I want to make sure people understand that these railroad car storage things that are all around town,
Conex boxes.
yes,
Tin cans, whatever you
Well,
see, cans, whatever you want.
essentially, non-conforming structures without permits is what they are. They've been here a long time, but what we took, the action we took, the proposal we made
Yeah.
was that people would have 1 year from the date enacted, and that would be
Yeah.
after your second reading, to do essentially two things. Either remove it or build a conforming structure.
Yep.
That's what it means. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody knows that, because
Yep.
that's what it's, okay, thank you. That was
You're
clear.
welcome.
You're good with that, I'm
We're
good with
good.
that.
You
Thank
guys did good work on that. Well, yes. Good job. Public safety. Chip or Jake, who's going to take this one? Renewal of joint powers agreement with Crowing, both?
That's fine.
Who? You? Go ahead,
That's
chief.
something we worked on last year with the new RMS and CAD system that the county is implementing. So all cities that have a police department is going to be on that system. So we paid for it last year for the implementation of it. This is just a continuation.
I'm all for it. It's the price of doing business. It is what we have to do.
It is what we have to do. This just came to me today, so I tried to get it before
good.
you guys immediately, which is why it was added.
It's all good. It looks good to me. Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the joint powers agreement.
There's a motion to approve the joint powers agreement by Bob. Is there a second?
Second?
There's a second by Sandy. Any further discussion? Those in favor of the joint powers agreement with Crow Wing County signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you, Council.
Parks and Rec, TJ.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I just have three quick things for you tonight. First one being a memo dated June 3rd regarding a lot split, and my commission looked at it, and they recommend taking cash in lieu of the split.
Perfect. Well, is there a motion to accept the cash in lieu of land?
I'll move to accept cash in lieu of land.
There's a motion by Sandy to accept cash. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Jamie. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, those in favor of accepting cash in lieu of land signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item 2 here is a RFCA to declare our serval steam table as surplus. This is located in our kitchen for senior meals. They have not used this since 2021, and even dating back to that year, or just previous around there, 2021. We were looking at getting it replaced. It's just old and tattered, so.
And they don't use it currently?
We don't use it currently. We'd like to get rid of it. At some point, if we serve meals in-house again and they want to use the steam table, PAL Foundation has a line item with money
Thank you.
available to buy a new one.
There's a motion to put the table into surplus by Robin. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Jamie. Those in favor of putting the table into surplus signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Table is in surplus. Update on irrigation expansion.
Yeah, so just a quick one here. I worked with Lori on this. We budgeted $8,000 for irrigation expansion in 2026. I wanted to get kind of a bigger swath, but we don't really know what's going to happen over on the west side of our property yet with the warming house, hockey rink, et cetera. So I don't want to put something in only to take it out. We have identified the little square spot south of the new pickleball courts. It's dried out. We want to get some nice turf grass in there. We approved a bid from Nelson's, 2 zones at $3,300. We've since approved that to get it in as soon as possible. And then hopefully my goal is to use that remaining funds, push it over in our capital fund balance expenditure so we can use it when we want to put in new irrigation after we're done with the master plan.
Keep growing it.
Yep,
Smart.
makes
Good
sense.
idea,
Yep.
TJ.
That's all I
Thank
got,
you.
guys.
That's great.
Thank you.
Public forum, action may or may not be taken on any issues raised. If council requires more information or time for consideration, the issues will be placed on the agenda of the next regular council meeting. Speaker must state their name and address. At the discretion of the mayor, each speaker is given a 3-minute time limit. Any last call for public forum? Moving on, city attorney report. Jordan, do you have anything? I doubt it.
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I had nothing to report this month. I wanted to apologize for my absence last month. I ran into some technical issues, so I joined early. I bumped off.
We did. That was our fault. We'll own that one.
No, not at all.
So, all right, do you have anything for us or no?
That's it.
Nice, well, it's nice to see ya. All right, new business. Any new business, city council, staff, anybody? Any old business, city council, staff? Seeing none, Sandy, take it away.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
There's a motion to adjourn, there's a second by Robin. Those in favor of adjourning at 7:11 signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned.